How do you stay sane in an insane world? Do you feel like the crazy one? Are you the black sheep in the family? Are they like, what? You're drinking a juice? What? You're trying to be healthy? You're insane. If you want to find out how to overcome this and feel normal again, whatever that means, stay tuned. I got it all figured out for you. Stay tuned. It's coming up right now. It's real. I'm drinking my green juice. It's happening, you know. We're not just saying drink your greens. We're also drinking our juice. I'm drinking my fresh, cold-pressed, organic juice right here with you. A toast to you, and thank you for being here. I'm Steve Prusak. I'm the author of The Complete Idiot's Guide to Juice Fasting. I'm also the author of the #1 Amazon release, Juice Crew, Transform Your Life, Adding One Juice a Day. Wrote that with my wife, Julie, who actually made me the juice. And we've got celery, cucumber, lemon, cayenne pepper, and just for a little bit of spice, and spinach. So that's what I'm drinking today. What are you drinking today? Let me know. And if you're not drinking anything now, let me know what you're going to drink, because I want to talk to you today about how to stay sane in this insane world. Here's the problem. What is it? Let me just get right to it right now, okay? Rewind. Let me tell you, we live in a world where most of us aren't aware of the problems caused by the food we're eating, okay? And those of us that start to make better choices, like the juicing, for example, those around us in mainstream society might say, you're crazy. Why are you drinking what looks like you might have scraped off the side of the curb? That's what that green juice looks like. Is that toxic waste from Homer Simpson's factory? Is that what you got there? No. But seriously, we can start to feel crazy. We can start to feel like maybe we've got it wrong. And so here are the facts. Let's talk about that. Over 1 million adults in the U.S. are diabetic. Heart disease, cancer, and stroke are the leading causes of death here in the United States. Thousands of pounds of painkillers are sold every year. Over 100 million people in the United States are obese. That's not even over the world here. And I just posted on my Facebook page in the Juice Crew community, juicecrewtribe.com, a study of over 12,000 middle-aged Americans. This was published this year, 2019, in the Journal of the American Heart Association. It's one of the most reputable associations when it comes to health. They found that cutting out meat entirely was linked to a much lower risk for cardiovascular disease and heart disease-related death. Look, the truth's here, the studies are here, the facts are here, yet this information is still considered fringe for some reason. Now, the other thing I want you to keep in mind, that people are living in pain. Thousands of pounds of painkillers are sold in the U.S. every year. Depression, psychological disease, psychological issues, mental disorder, all an issue continuing to this day. And the other issue I want to say is the majority of people would rather take a pill, get a surgery, visit the doctor to attempt to reverse what's gone wrong. And we've got the solution for where it's gone wrong. Okay, over 90% of diseases start in the colon. And that's why I've got this right here hanging in my office. I don't know. This is my colon therapy chart, okay? And why? Why do I have this? Why are we studying what's going on when we eat our food, we chew it, and then most of us forget all about it? We're not thinking about what's going on here. And I want to tell you a quick story. A good friend of mine just turned 50, and he went for his 6-month colonoscopy. He told me, Steve, yeah, he agreed though. We had this conversation and I was like, Vic, do you understand that most disease starts in the colon? He's like, yes, Steve, I totally agree with you that most disease starts in the colon with what we're eating. And so he's more aware of why we should be more in tune with what we're putting in our body, why we should eat more fruits and vegetables, why we should drink more juice. But he also knows this is the easier solution, to take that medication, to have them flush his colon and get it out. Now, I recommended one of my favorite books. I was like, Vic, you've got to read this. This is Colon Health, The Key to a Vibrant Life by Norman Walker, Dr. Norman Walker. Now, this book, I love all his books. I'll just be transparent there. But this was written in 1979. And actually, the colon therapy chart I was referring to, Dr. Norman Walker developed this chart too, because he coined that. He said over 90% of disease starts in the colon. And so my point was, I was like, Vic, you've got to be the caretaker on what's going on in here. You've got to, we've got to become our own steward, our own caretaker. The other thing is, here's the truth. And it goes back to what we learned in kindergarten. We are what we eat. And are we eating enough of nature's diet? Do we understand what goes on in our body after we eat the food? Now, the other story I want to share was from Dr. Norman Walker's book, Become Younger, another one of my favorites. And I just want to share this story. Now, this book actually was written back in, 1949, if you can believe it. Okay, so this was the early 50s, or no, probably the mid to late 50s that this happened. And it still relates today. Now, a 31-year-old woman, she lived here in California. She woke up one day, painful aches to the bones of her body. She struggled just to get out of bed. She didn't know how she was going to make it to work. She was at the end of her rope. She was working really hard, living in pain every day, couldn't progress in her career, was overweight, couldn't find a relationship. She was just in a really bad state, and she didn't know how she was going to endure another day. So what happened was, she ran into a friend who was actually older than her, but looked more vibrant, looked younger than she'd seen. The last time she saw her was 6 years before. She actually looked younger now, and she couldn't understand why. She's like, you know what are you doing that you look so amazing, that you're so vibrant, full of life and energy and all that? So her friend sat her down. Here's what she said. Now, this is interesting because her friend is a nurse, right? Her friend was a nurse. And she said, all right, I'm going to let you in on the secret. I know you're in pain and I know you're suffering, but what I'm going to share with you, they're not teaching in school. It's not on TV. It's not in the newspaper. It's not in a magazine. And it's not what they taught me in my medical training when I became a nurse either. And here's the thing. I had to unlearn everything I did about true health. And I'll tell you, as an occupational therapist that went through years of school, anatomy and physiology, chemistry, learning everything that went on in the body, I had to unlearn everything I knew too. So it's like, I really resonate with this. Like when I start reading things like, yeah, I get that. And here's what she shared with her friend. It starts with enemas and colonics, getting that colon clean, cleaning it out. And for me, when I'm doing this, I'm using liquid chlorophyll, organic liquid chlorophyll in my distilled water to do the colonic, the home colonic. So anyway, from there, she eliminated all starches and sugars from her diet and drank 1 to 2 pints of fresh raw vegetable juice every day, the daily juice habit. Now, the thing she was drinking a lot of was the carrot, beet, and cucumber in there. And I was like, whoa, a light bulb went off for me when I read that, because I was like, that's excellent to cleanse the liver. So I was like, all right, that's making sense. And not only that, but during the day, a glass of fruit juice, like red grapes. She would have orange juice. I'm not talking about the sugar orange juice water. If you use even just those basic machines that don't get in there like a cold press machine would and give you a real orange juice where you're getting the rind and all the phytonutrients there, and you're it's not just a sugar drink. But she was also drinking, the other fruit juice was grapefruit juice. And for dinner, a big salad every meal, steamed vegetables. And she was eating according to nature's law, nature's way. And so that was the big difference. She would mix up those meals every night. It wasn't the same thing. She wasn't eating rabbit food, let's just say. So her friend was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to jump in and try this. And I have nothing to lose. I mean, my life, I don't even know if I want to live anymore. So she didn't do any radical change to her diet. All she did now was she gave up on a few things. She gave up the starches and sugars and started to drink the 2 to 3 pints of fresh vegetable juice daily. Okay. And then organically, and I always talk about this, our taste buds change. We start to crave more of these healthier things. So I said earlier, before I went live, before I started this broadcast, I said that I used to hate fruits and vegetables, or vegetables mainly. I hated vegetables growing up. Our taste buds change. We start to like these things. So this woman started to crave more raw fruits and vegetables. And in 6 weeks, she actually fell in love with eating these foods. She also gave up coffee and tea, instead opting for the fresh vegetable juice, which I love. And so dinner, she was eating more raw vegetable salad, steamed vegetables, maybe some fruit for dessert. And within 2 to 3 months, not only was the pain gone, but she actually advanced in her career so much that she was promoted. She married the love of her life, who was actually a high-ranking official. And when she ran into her friend over a year later, now mind you, when she met her friend, she looked probably over 10 years older. She looked like she was in her 40s. What she actually looked like she was in her 20s again, over 10 years younger than her actual age. Now, I bring this up not because of the vanity, not because she could look younger, not because you can feel vibrant. I bring it up because I want to tie it into the fact about the disease and what's going on in here and how we can prevent that. And yes, we are what we eat. So I'm going to go ahead and put up a slide now of the solution. The solution is, all right, well, I thought I had the whole thing. Let me just... Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'll go one by one. It's the mindset. Okay? The first level of the Juice Guru framework is the mindset. Have the courage to stand out from the crowd and follow your own path, even if they say you're crazy, even if they say you're nuts, even if they say you're depriving yourself of the good things in life, and because you're going to find out the secret. And the secret is, you're going to not only look and feel better and live leaner and clear the brain fog and think better, but you're also going to be happier. Your mental state changes too. All these things make it worth it. And like when I said the taste buds change, you start to crave healthier foods too. And that's coming from someone that grew up on the junk food, okay? I ate everything you shouldn't eat. I ate against nature. I was kind of anti-nature. So follow your own path, and then do the recharge. 4 times a year with the changing seasons, we're having a juice fast. We're giving up on the solid food. We're putting in liquid sunshine. We're recharging our body with this liquid diet 4 times a year. And I know a lot of people in our community took me up on my birthday sale and are doing the recharge now. And I sent you a private video message, and hopefully you got that. And we're going to come off that recharge 4 times a year with the changing seasons with the daily juice. We're going to do the daily juice habit. A juice a day, just like Norman Walker was saying to his clients. That's really what made a huge difference, even without changing the diet. We're going to do that daily juice. We're going to make it a habit, and the complete picture is the top of the pyramid is the supercharge. What's the supercharge? It's eating in accordance of nature's law. It's eating more of the fruits and vegetables, less of the processed foods, and changing your life by doing all of that. And so that's really the solution to stay sane in an insane world, because you can't throw this down their throat. You can't say to your friends and family, do what I'm doing. You've got to just live by example. And that's what I'm doing here. And I'm going to take a sip of my juice. And yes, we love our family and friends. We care about them. We want them to live long, healthy lives. It's why we're putting this message out there. But the thing we've got to realize is we're only the caretaker of this body. We don't take care of our friends and families' bodies. We don't make those decisions. So we can only lead by our own examples. And I'm telling you, if you follow what I'm sharing with you here, you're going to be there at the end to let them know what you're doing different. Because that's what I experience now. When I was doing this 26 years ago, my family told me I was crazy. And now suddenly cousin Michael, it's like, Steve, I want a juicer. Steve, I thought you were crazy, right? Cousin Michael, if you're out there. And now he's doing the juicing and he's like, but I got to be honest, Steve, when you were 25 years old doing this, I thought you were crazy. And so what did it take? It took a lifetime of staying true to this path and experiencing a life without sickness, medication, and disease. And I've got the solution for you here. If you want my free gift, it's the juicing chart. Now, this is at www.juicingchart.com, and you can grab this for free. This juicing chart will get you into the daily juice habit. It has great juice recipes. It has how to pick your juicer if you need to choose a juicer. It's got that in there. It's got a 1-day juice recharge. If you want to do an overhaul this weekend, then it's got that in there too. And it's my gift to you. It's free. It's my gift to you because I care and I'm here for you and you're part of the community. So thank you for being here. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to subscribe. Stay connected in the community at juiceguruttribe.com. I'm on here every week with motivation, support, and most of all, love. I'm Steve Prusak. And again, I want to thank you for taking the ride with me, just one step at a time. Remember, you're in transition. No matter what your diet is today, know that you've got the information you need that's going to take your life to the next level. And you're going to get there one step at a time. There's no judgment in where you are. I'm not judging your diet. I don't care what you're eating. I do care if you're making the changes one step at a time. And by doing that, we're getting a daily juice in our body. Maybe we're going to commit to a recharge next season. And then maybe we're going to, start with the supercharge, eating more raw fruits and vegetables, the juices in our body, less processed food, eliminating the starches and salts and sugars and all those things that cause disease. I'm Steve Prusak. It all starts in your colon. It takes 20 years for cancer to develop. What are you putting in there today? I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.